Yes, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Latif Salim Walo. Call me Uncle Tiff, the ICT guy. I'm a teacher of ICT and I'm attached to PS schools. I would like to say thank you very much for those who have subscribed to my channel. Continue liking, commenting, and of course sharing these tutorials because it's the only way we can support or extend a hand of help to our learners in approaching some of these items. Okay, yes. In today's video we are basically going to look at it is one of the mock bodies that was done this year, and this time we are going to look at item 1 under a Jjeb mock paper. Jjeb stands for Jinja Joint Examination Board. And not to take a lot of time, here is our paper. This is the paper that we are going to try out. You can see it is Jinja Joint Examination Board, and our interest is to deal with item 1. Item 1 that says that Kaketo Investment Company has operated for a number of years dealing in production of artworks. Due to increasing sales, the employees of the company have always demanded for an increment in their wages. The director noted the concern and planned to look at the wages based on the number of years an employee has worked. According to the director, employees who have worked for 1 year to 3 years should be given an increment of 10% of their monthly wages. Those who have served for more than 3 years but less than 5 years should be given an increment of 15% of their wages, while those who have served for 5 years and above will receive a 20% increment of their wages. The director wishes to organize the data with the current wages and the new wages in an electronic file. Part of the data is in the file wages.scdb. This is a file extension for database or access file in a Jjeb support file folder. In addition, he wishes to generate new appointment letters for the employees with their names, job title, and new wages. The format of the appointment is in a file appointment.docs. The director has limited knowledge of ICT programs to accomplish this task. Then here down we have a task, and this task says that as the director's friend, help him. Part A, prepare the electronic file including the increments and the new wages. Then part B says generate the new appointment letter for each employee. So basically this is what we are going to work upon, and as usual, those of you who watched our first video about the same item, I was emphasizing about utilizing what we call the elements of construct, you know. Yes, it is about this that learners will be doing the right thing. So if we can visit our element of construct for these items, it is here. This is what we expect a learner to do with such an item. A learner is expected to manipulate data using different application programs. That means that such an item can be worked upon with more than one application program. So that means that still the examiner is interested in awarding scores according to these skills, just like you can see them, using appropriate applications, data entry, mostly if you have data in a table, also trying to do some editing, making your work error-free, formatting, making some changes here and there, relevant use of application tools makes you earn a mark, presenting your data on different graphical objects, like graphs, like pie charts, you know, and lastly obtaining a soft copy and then a hard copy of your work. Basically, this is what a learner should put at the end or at the back of his mind when approaching such an item. So without wasting a lot of time, I think we can dive in for what we need to do for such an item. So I will create, I've already created my folder, or let me just create a new folder here. I'll just create a folder. Yes, then I'll name it Latif. I'll say Latif Salim 08. Okay. Then I'll open this folder. So inside this folder, I'm going to create a subfolder, and I'm going to name it item 1. Item 1. Yes, I'll close this. Okay. So we shall go back and visit our item. They are telling us that there is a file in the support file folder named wages.sccdb. So we are going to open up this file. Our file is here. Our file is here. Yeah, wages.sccdb. So I'm going to open this. It is an access file. Yes, so this is what is under our file. But for me, I'm going to extract this data into spreadsheet. So I'll just go here and say extract data, Excel. Choose Excel. Export data with formatting and layout. Yes. Then I'll say OK. Do you want to replace the existing file? Meaning there is already a file. Okay, let me first go and I think there is a file there already. Where is that file? Where is that file? I can't send a file here. Anyway, we shall just choose the location. We shall change the location, no problem. So let me go back. Excel. Let us browse. We want this sheet or file to go direct to into our folder that we have just created. So I'll do this. Come and browse. Our folder is on a desktop and it is named Latif Salim 08. So under item 1, I'll open up item 1 and I'll say save. Then I'll say OK. Okay, close. So let us go and see whether our file is there. Yes, so our file is already here. Next is basically to open up this. So you see, I've tried to export or to extract the access file into a spreadsheet file such that I can make some calculations here. You see, so here we are. We are going to dive back. I think we can even just close this. Can close this access file. Yeah, I'm going to open up the item again and see the instruction is in there. You see, they are telling us to prepare an electronic file including increments and then new wages. That means that we are going to make some calculations there. However, there is some support here. They are telling us that according to the elector, employees who have worked for 1 year to 3 years should be given an increment of 10% of their monthly wages. Those who have served for more than 3 years but less than 5 years should be given an increment of 15% of their wages, while those who have served for 5 years and above will receive a 20% increment, you see, of their wages. Now that means that first of all, we need to obtain the number of years that these employees have worked for, you see, before calculating the increment and then the new wages. So you can see we shall sample the first employee, and that is Katadan. He started work on 15th of March 2021, and we need to obtain the number of years that Dan has worked for this organization. So we shall go here and then we shall say equals date D if, yes, open brackets, we choose column D, row 2, column D, row 2, because date is under column D, and we are sampling Katadan, who is under row 1. So I'll just click this first cell, you see, D2, comma, we want to subtract the current date from this date that Dan started working with this organization. So I'll say D2, comma, today, open brackets, close brackets, comma, open quotes, Y is standing for years, Y, close quotes, then close brackets, you see, enter. Yes, so Dan has worked for this organization for 3 years. You can see here we are in 2024, and he started work on 15th of March 2021. So he has worked for 3 years. So now to obtain the rest of the years for the different employees, we shall just scroll down until the last, up to the last employee. So you can see that. Yeah, these people, this is the number of years that they have served. Next is to obtain the increment. But I think to obtain the increment, we need first of all to obtain the percentage. Yeah, percentage. Yes, to get the percentages, from the percentage you shall get the increments. Okay, yes, so I think we can even just can we have it after current wage? I believe so. So you can let me reduce on these columns. Yes. Okay, I'm going to obtain, to create a new column here, insert column, and I'm going to call it percentage. Percentage or percentages. Fine. We were told that employees who have worked for 1 year to 3 years should be given an increment of 10% of their monthly wages. Those who have served for more than 3 years but less than 5 years should be given an increment of 15% of their wages. Well, those who have served for 5 years and above will receive 20% increment. Okay, so we shall go down here and obtain their percentages such that we can obtain the increment. Yes, so here we shall, I'm going to use the if function. I'll say equals if equals if, open brackets, I'm going to base on the number of years. So this is F2. Yes, if F2 is greater or equal to 5, okay, comma, open quotes, this person receives a 20% 20% increment, close quotes, comma, if, open the bracket, F2 is greater, if F2 is greater or equal to 3, comma, this person, open the quotes, this person receives a 15% increment, 15%, close quotes, okay, comma, if, open the bracket, F2 is greater or equal, I'm going to explain this, if F2 is greater or equal to 1 year, okay, comma, open the quotes, this person gets a 10% increment, 10% increment, close quotes, comma. Now for those who have worked for less than 1 year, yes, they don't receive an increment. You get that? So we shall just open the quotes and close quotes. Then we count the number of brackets that we have opened plus these ones here, making 4. This is 1, this is 2, sorry, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, plus this less than 1 year, we take it to be an active bracket. So shall say 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, enter. Say yes. All right, so these are the percentages for each employee vis-a-vis the number of years that they've worked. You can see Katadan has worked for I think more than 5 years. Yes, this formula, if someone says if F2 is greater or equal to 5, it means if an employee has worked for more than 5 years, meaning the number of less years that he should have worked is 5. So 5 and above, that person gets 20%. If a person has worked for less than 3 but above 3, 15. You see? Then this one is if this person has worked for more than 1, greater or equal. If a person has worked for exactly 1 year or above, then this person gets 10%. Those ones who have worked for less than 1 year, they don't have any increment. And I think you can see it here. There's this person here. This is Vadaga Joshua. Number of years he has worked is 0. Therefore, he receives no increment. He receives no percentage. He has a 0. You see? Yes. Now for us to obtain, let us try to obtain the increments. Their increments. We shall say equals. We shall get the percentage multiplied by their current wages, and then we see their increments. So we shall say equals, we shall sample down, equals H2 of G2 current wage asterisk G2. Okay, enter. Yes, so here is their increment. Why is it showing hash value here? We just need to put 0 here, I think. Sorry, 0. All right. Yeah, he didn't receive any increment because the number of years he has worked for is less than a year. So the new wages, it will be current wage plus the increment. So you shall say equals sum open the brackets, G2 comma I2 close bracket. So here are their new wages. Yes, there is their new wages. Simple. So we can make our work look good. We can have it a border here. Okay, we can have a border. Can say border. Yes, all borders. Then I can remember we need to have this data on any kind of charts, graphical chart. So I can generate. They said if we can visit task, prepare an electronic file including their increments and then new wages. So I think we can we can generate a graph showing such. You can say employee their increments and then in new wages, or we can just say employees and then their wages. Let us first try this and see. I will go to insert, then recommended charts. You can use yes, we are going to use a clustered column. There we are. Yeah, so shall say a column graph representing employees with their increments and the new wages. Any can work members, you can say a column, because this is a classic column graph, something you can even say graph, a graph showing employees with their showing the graph showing employees with their increments and new wages see. So I can bold this, I can have a font color there. I'll get this down, can put it down there. You can still make some changes by having you can have the y-axis and then the y and x-axis named. So this is I think as new wages. These are wages, new wages, then these are names. Let's say employee names, employees. You can even just say employees. Blue is representing, blue is representing the increments. Legends, yes. Format legend. Anyway, it's running away from my mind. Legend one and then the other. So is this thing hiding? Chart title, these are labels, data tables, okay, airlines, grids, legends. Yeah, you can have something like that. Just made some other things run away. All we want is at least a graph representing something. So you can have a title, chart title, chart title. We call this a graph showing employees, with their increments, showing employees increments, showing employees increments, showing employees increments, and they are new, and they are new wages. Yes, something like this. Shall body this, we shall change the font's color, something like that, I think. So this is okay, members. So all I will do is to save this now. We shall call, instead of calling it employee data, we can say employee we can maintain the name, no problem. We can maintain the name. Just save this. Save. Browse. Already it is here. Okay. You want to replace? Yes. Okay. So we can close this. We can close that. Let me confirm again. Alright, I think we're on track, colleagues. Okay. Now, we are done with part A. Then part B says generates the new appointment letter for each employee. So we shall go. So our file is here, appointment.docs. So we shall open this. Then we shall use the mailing feature. Shall say mailing, then start mail match letter. Shall select recipient. Use an existing list, of course. So we shall browse Latif Salim 08. So we shall use the data in our sheet. Okay. So where we see these curly brackets, dear employee's name, we shall replace this with insert merge fields, employee name. Okay. Then job title, we'll replace job title. All right. We'll go for new wages. New wages. There we are. Yes, and I think we are done. I think from here you can even make some changes in your work by adding a footer if possible. We shall go and say this is Latif Salim, then go to footer, just put my index number 08, personal number 08, close. Yeah, I can bold this, trying to make some changes on my work. Can bold that. Okay, I think that's all. Yeah, you can even preview. You can preview the results and see. You see, these are our letters members. This is our letter. So we shall just continue here and say finish and merge. Edit individual documents, then all. Okay. So our letters have already been created, and here they are. These are our letters. You can see our letters are there. Our letters are there. So I'll just go to file and save this. They told us to save it as what? Generate a new appointment letter for each employee. So we are going to call it new employment letter. Browse, desktop, Latif Salim 8, item 1. So we shall say new appointments. New appointment letter. Save. So I think we are done now. We have utilized more than one application, and we have used Excel and then word processing. So we shall close this. We shall close this. Don't save. Can close this. Go and visit our. Always you need to check. You need to check your work. You need to check your work to confirm that it is there. I think we can call this employees new wages. Let me just add that. Employees data. Anyway, employees data. It is okay. So if we are to confirm, let's open the new appointment letter and see whether everything is working well. I think we're on track. Those are your letters. If you open employees data, here we are. Here we are. Yes. So members, that is it. That is it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Endeavor to share these tutorials such that we can help our learners. So for now, bye bye. See you in the next video.